Okay, so let me to draw this diagram. ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನಾನು ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್
ಅದನ್ನ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್
ನಾನು ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಾರ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್
ಯಾರು
ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಡಿ ಡಿ ಅವರು ಅವ್ರು ಕಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕು
ಎಲ್ರು ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್
ಲೈಕ್ okay dear students, let's discuss this. This is what last class I told you that this is a percentage of composition. This is what you can say it is temperature line. Composition 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, and 6%. Temperature around about 200, 300 degrees Celsius. This is about 500. This is about 700 degrees Celsius, and this is 800 and up to 900 degrees Celsius. This is what the crystallization temperature. Yes. This point we can say it is an aluminum. At this point, this side is an copper material. This is, we can say it is a liquid. This is, we can say it is a solid. This is liquid plus solid. Right? The basic terms of which we discussed in the last class, one is system we discussed. Number one, the basic terms, these are the basic terms. Very important it is, basic terms. Number one, system we already discussed. Second one, phase we discussed. Third one is equilibrium condition, and fourth one is components. Fifth is melting point and freezing point. Right. So these are more than enough to understand the basic terms about the phase diagram. I told that yesterday, the system, this is one system. I will give you one example. This is already okay, we can go for the direct equilibrium because already we discussed about the system and phases. If you want, I will take 1 second, no problem. System is this is one system. This is one system. Here we have a number of solutions, two number of solutions or single number of solutions. If you can take one aluminum, you can melt it, take and pour into the means, you can start the solidification. This is one system which we have only one component. We can get one phase, one component, only one component. Definitely you get one phase. This is, we can say it is an one system. In one system which we have only one solution, that is because we are chosen only one component. Chosen one component, now we are melting that component, definitely, obviously we get the one phases. Suppose if you got two phases while we are using only one component, then you should understand that is get impured by something else, because sir, only I am taking only one component I am going to melt in that particular system, but it shows two phases, means there will be a impurity added into that solution. Maybe it is intentionally, not intentionally, because if you shock while looking that definitely it is not an intentionally. No, it's not a deliberate things. If you shock that, if you are not shocking, so you are intentionally or deliberately adding something into that will be two components. Sometimes we are taking only one component into the one system. We are melting one component. After melting, we will get two phases. That's unfortunately happens because we are using some system, some stirring rods or something tools which we can use to melting that process while working while process we are using the different kinds of the parameters and tools which we are using to processing all these things. While doing this, unfortunately, something will be added into the molten metal because you are, for example, by stirring purpose, you are using some tools. Maybe the tool is contaminated by some contaminated tool. Maybe it is contaminated too. Once we insert into the molten solution, there may be a chances of that contamination is dissolved into your solution. Now, what we are thinking, we are taking only one solution, but it is unfortunately while looking into the phases, we are getting a two phases. Suddenly we shock. Why we are suddenly shocked? Because only I taken only one component in the system, but with the pages we are once we are looking into the pages, we got two pages possible. This is will be something will be this. Unfortunately, this may happens due to the contaminations present in the tool which we are using for the process of helping purpose. We are using some stirrer rods. Something will be, or maybe sometimes this container is contaminated. Suppose this container has contained some foreign matter contamination. Suppose this contamination may be mixed with your pure solution. So that may be also the reason of getting the two phases. Hope you understand. This is one system. In this system, we are taking the two component, only one component. Definitely, we get the one phases. If there is no any contaminations present in that container as well as the whatever the tool, whatever the rod which we are using for stirring purpose. For example, again, one more system I will take this here. This in this system, this is one total system. Now I am melting the copper. Now I am melting the aluminum. So definitely we got the two phases. This is one system. This system contains two components, which are one is aluminum, whereas other one is copper. So definitely we got in this system two components and two phases definitely, because two materials are two phases. This is what phase. Once we are looking into that solution that look like a different in colors, that is what phase is a physical distinct. System is a total, that is the process which we can have with the molten material. Maybe it is a single solution, maybe it is a two solutions, means two components. The total that the process is called as a system. That system sometimes maybe have a one components or two components. Sometimes we have a three components. And what exactly that is the system? You understand now? What exactly the phases? Phases means after melting these two components, once we are looking into that solution to the phases, definitely we got two different phases, because aluminum is light in color. Once we are looking physically, we can identify these colors. One is look like an light in color, other one is look like a dark in color. That dark color we can say it is in copper, light color we can say it is a aluminum. This is what we can identify with physically. That is what phases. There are definitely, and also we can expect two phases because we are using two different components. Definitely we got a two phases. One more example I will give you how we can understand the phases. Suppose you can take water. Suppose you can take water. Do you know water has three phases? Water has three phases. How, sir? Suppose this water in room temperature, this is in liquid phase. Yes. This is one system. Now water in room temperature, this is in the form of liquid. That is liquid phase. Water, it is in freezing point or freezing temperature. It becomes what? It becomes solid, ice. Now, water has one more phase, that is solid phase. This is liquid phase. And water has one more phase when we are heating this water in elevated temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. gases. Yes. This water has 3 different phases depending upon the pressure and temperature. By varying the pressure and temperature, we can expect from the water 3 phases. Now we hope you understand this. Water, if it is room temperature, this is in the form of liquid phase. Water, this is in the freezing temperature, it is in the form of solid. Water, it is in the elevated temperature, this is in the form of gas. This is called phases, different phases. Hope you understand. This is the example part how we can identify the phases. In this also, we can identify the 2 phases with respect to colors of the solution or with respect to solidity and liquidity. Hope you understand. Because here we have taken 2 samples. Maybe one sample is completely liquid, other one is, whereas other one is if it is in a solid. In that cases, we can identify 2 phases. There will be 2 reasons. One reason, to complete solution, complete liquid, 100% of liquidity, 100% of liquid phase, both are in 100% of liquid. In that cases also, we can identify 2 phases with respect to their color. Or else, one is completely a solid, other one is a partially solid. Or one is completely a liquid, other one is partially liquid, means only 50% is liquid, another 50% is in the form of solid. So now we can get to 2 phases. One alloy is completely a liquid, that is liquid phase. Another alloy is completely in solid, that is one more phases, that is what? Solid phase. How I can explain you that? Coming to this point, that's what I'm giving you this example. Now you're coming to here. Hope you understand now what is a phase. Now coming to the equilibrium. Yes, equilibrium. In equilibrium conditions, these phases, the characteristics of this phase remains constant. Do you remember this? In equilibrium condition, the characteristics of phases remains constant. Now coming to here, how? So that I will tell you that how we will get the 2 different phases. See, this is aluminum. So remember, this is aluminum, right? I have red thing. Now, see, this is aluminum. This is a copper. But this is the temperature line. This is temperature line. Okay. This is temperature line. This is the temperature line of the copper. This is the temperature line of the aluminum. This is the composition from this side. This is the composition of copper. From here, this is the composition of 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. 2 materials we have, copper and aluminum. This green color is a copper composition and this red color is indicated that is aluminum composition. And right side, we can take it as a temperature with respect to the aluminum, and left side, whereas left side we can consider as a copper temperature line. Now, melting point of the copper and melting point of the aluminum. Melting point of aluminum is around about 500 degrees Celsius. And melting point of the copper is around about 700 degrees Celsius, above 700 or 700 degrees Celsius. Do remember these 2? Aluminum melting point is around about 500 degrees Celsius, which means at 500 degrees Celsius, aluminum is completely in the liquid phase. Do remember, keep it in your mind, because that the melting point of the aluminum is 500 degrees Celsius, as I said. In that, if you reach the 500 degrees Celsius or at around about 500 degrees Celsius, our temperature will be at 500 degrees Celsius. That range Aluminium is completely a liquid. Then we got one phase, that is what? Liquid phase. Come to here. So here our temperature is 200, 300, 500. We got here 500 or more than 500. The aluminium is completely liquid. So with respect to aluminium is completely a liquid. Then we got one phase. That is what? Liquid phase. Whereas, because we have a mixture of copper and aluminium, at this stage, at 500 degrees Celsius, what about the copper? Yes means solid. What about the copper? Copper is still solid because their melting temperature is around about 700 degrees Celsius. If you look into only the aluminium, or if you are looking only to the aluminium, it's wrong. Only you can get one phase. If you think that the entire solution is completely in liquid phase, if you are thinking like, no, only 50% of copper will be melt, I think. Remaining 50% is still it is in solid form, because that we are not reaching the melting point of the copper, just we are reaching the melting point of aluminium. So the 100% of aluminium is turned into the liquid phase. It is in the state of liquid. What about the copper? Copper is still it is in a solid state. That's what at 500 degrees Celsius, aluminium is completely liquid. At the same temperature, copper should remain solid only. It remains solid. Then what we will do? We will increase the temperature again. Now I will come to the point. 500 degrees Celsius, copper will never melt. Now again our temperature is range. Temperature range will be increased at. Okay, now I will clear this. Due to this reason, this phase, in this equilibrium condition, which we can get to two phases. One is phase, liquid phase, that with respect to the aluminium. Solid phase with respect to the copper. This is what we can get to two phases in equilibrium condition. Hope you understand this. Yes. Now what we will do? What's supposed to do? We want complete liquid, sir. Then you can rise the temperature with respect to the copper. Now I am coming here around about 700 degrees Celsius or above 700 degrees Celsius. The copper is also completely turned into the liquid. Now again we got only one phase, that is what? Liquid phase. Above 700 degrees Celsius up to 800 or 900 degrees Celsius, which we can get a one solution or one phase, that is what? Liquid phase. In this stage, this is what? See, above this is a complete liquid, and there are two lines are there here. This above line is a liquidous line. This is liquidous line. Below line is solidus line, right? Solidus line and liquidus line. What exactly the solidus and liquidus? I will clear, no problem. Let me explain these things. Now, our temperature is around about 900 degrees Celsius. We got complete liquid phase of both the metals or both the alloys. That is what I can indicated this figure is indicated that it's a completely liquid, 100% liquid. At below 500 degrees Celsius, your temperature is still it is below 500 or above 200 degrees Celsius. Both the samples, both the metals or both the alloys are in solid form, because the melting point is 500 degrees Celsius. 500 degrees Celsius, which we can get again only one phase, that is what? Solid phase. Above 700 degrees Celsius, again we got only one phase, that is what? Liquid phase of both the samples. Here of both the samples below 500 degrees Celsius, which we can get only one phase, that is a solid phase. Above 700 degrees Celsius, again we got of both the samples, that is a liquid phase. But in between 7 to 500 degrees Celsius, that is equilibrium state. In between 7 to 500, we will get two phases. That one is completely liquid, other one is partially liquid. Partially liquid means only 50% liquid, remaining 50% should be a solid, which means we can identify two phases in this range. This is what L plus S. This happens in between the 5 to 700 degrees Celsius. Above 7, completely liquid. Below 500, completely solid. In between 5 to 7, there will be a binary phase. That is, we can say it is a binary phase. This is what there are three different phases. One is a primary phase. Only one component or only one phase. This is what a primary. This is also a primary. This is binary. This is binary form. Because here we have L plus S, liquid plus solid. And the liquidus line, what is? And here solidus line. Solidus line means here 90% of solidity is present, only 10% of liquidity present, because our temperature is beginning. Because our temperature is we are nearer to the 500 degrees, we are just above the 500 degrees, just above the 500 degrees. See, just above our temperature. See how temperature is slow, slightly it is increases, slightly it is increases, it is just above the 500 degrees Celsius. So in that situation, even though the aluminum material will not completely liquid, just it is the liquidity just begins. That it will be a beginning. So this is what solidus. Solidus line means that line which we can get 90% of solidity and 10% of liquidity. That is what solidus. Above there is one more line is there. This is what liquidus line. Here our temperature is around about 700, above 700 degrees Celsius. Just we are reaching the 700 or above 700 degrees Celsius. In this range, that is the liquidus. In this liquidus line, which we can identify, which we can get 90% of liquidity, only 10% of solidity. That is what we can say it is a liquidus. If you heard this word liquidus line, you think that in this liquidus line, liquidity is more, solidity is less. If you heard the solidus line, if you are in the range of the solidus line, in this line, the solid phase is more, liquid is less. The percentage of solidity is more, percentage of liquidity is less, whereas percentage of liquidity is less. Hence we can call it as a solidus line. We can call it as a liquidus line. Percentage of liquidity is more. This is a liquidus line. Percent of solidity is more. Hence we can call it as solidus line. Then coming to the components. Components means whichever the component substance. Component substance which we can take into that our system. For example, copper and aluminum. Copper and aluminum. These are the components which we can take into our system, which we are going to melt these components in our one system. We are getting two phases. Melting point and freezing point, there is no big issues. That's what I explained. Melting point at above 500 degrees Celsius, that is what melting point. Melting point means that that particular material will turn into the liquidity. At what temperature that particular material is completely become liquid, so it is called as a melting point. At what point that liquid is turned or transfer into the solidity or solid, At that particular temperature, we can say it is freezing temperature. Let's say you are releasing the latent heat or removing the latent heat, removing at one certain stage, at one range, at what one temperature. At point of temperature, we can get the complete solidity, or that the solid will be a form at particular temperature. That is what we can say it is a freezing temperature. At certain temperature, we can identify the solid is transferring to the liquid. At what temperature that metal is turned into the liquidity, that temperature we can say it is a melting point of that particular metal. I hope you understand all these things. Basic terms of the phase diagrams. In phase diagrams, we have three types of phase diagrams. One is a primary phase diagram. Primary phase diagram means in that we can expect only one phase and one component. Only one phase and one component. That is what primary phase. In secondary phase, which we can expect two components and two phases. And tertiary phases, which we can expect the two components and three phases, or three components and three phases. Alpha, beta, gamma, which we can identify three phases. That is what tertiary phase. Binary phase means primary phase means either it is in the form of completely liquid or it is in the form of completely solid. If it is a binary phase, or it is partially liquid and partially a solid. This is what binary phase. This is one condition. Second condition, or it has two different physical distinct components which we can identify in different colors. That's also right. In complete liquid only, we can identify with our visual inspection. It is look like a different in colors. That also we can say it is a different phases are present in this material. There's so many things are there. How we would find out that this different phases present in that certain. Though sometimes there are two phases are present in that material, though it is look like a same. That is there is so many techniques are there. XRD, EDS techniques are there, which we can, because some solutions will show only one phases, but though there will be two components. For example, sugar and water, salt and water, it is look like only one phase. Though there is inside there is two components, water and salt. Salt is a solid form, but it is only once we are adding into the water, it's completely turned into this will be dissolved into the water and it look like only one phase. But in this situation, we have to go further some testings. So EDS and XRD testings, through that testing, so which are the components are present in that solution also we can get, and how much percentage that is there in that solution, that also we can identify with EDS and XRD techniques are there. This is we are using for this kinds of the tests for the research purpose we are using, because we want to know which are the elements present in that particular solutions and how much percent they are in that solutions, that we can identify through the similar this like this just that what EDS electro destructive system testings, and some only we can identify the image. And one more, how we can identify the phases. Suppose we cannot identify with our naked eyes, how we can get to know the different phases. That is what SEM, scanning electron microscope method. Through that, suppose we cannot identify with our naked eyes. In that situation, we can identify the different phases in that particular component and solutions through scanning electron microscope, SEM. Through that, we can identify the different phases present in that solution. Through the EDS, we can identify which are the different phases is there now. It means different components. Which are the different components are present in that solution? That is, we can identify through the EDS techniques. And XRD also is there. How much percentage that or how many phases are present. Physically, how many phases are present, percentage of that materials also we can identify through the XRD test, EDS, XRD, SEM. These are the things are there that this just I can say you for the further knowledge. And this is you are in this stage, you should just you understand about this basic terminology of the phase diagram. I hope you understand this of total primary phase, L plus, what is the liquidus, what is the solidus line, what is the primary, what is secondary, what is the system, what is a phase, what will be the equilibrium condition, and what are the components, what is melting point and freezing point. And I hope you understand these things. Okay, right? Are you there? Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope you understand this. Yes, right? No reply. Okay, let it be, no problem. It's left to you. Best of my ability, I will take you to this because this is very, very, very important. Okay, now can I leave the meeting? I think it's 1 o'clock, 1:05. Okay, dear students. Okay, 1:05, no problem. We will discuss in future classes. We will discuss about the types of the steels that I told already about the steels. Now I will just give the what are the commercial steels which we are using for industrial purpose, and also effect of alloying elements in steel. That these two things we will discuss. Thereafter, iron carbon diagram we will discuss and wind up this module 2. Full 100% module 2, 1 and 2 chapters are completed. In another 2 classes we will complete this module 2. Module 2 chapters, and tomorrow thereafter we will go for the heat treatment process. In 5 to 6 classes, heat treatment is also completed. In 6 or 7, in 4 and 5 modules are 3, 4, 5 modules are very simple modules. We can take only 5 to 6 classes. No problem. Okay, now I will leave the meeting.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.